Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a really quick and easy recipe, and it's also very low in points, so that's what everybody wants. It's going to be a 1-point cookie recipe, and I'll give you some tips. It's really low in ingredients too, and also there's different things you can add in, but the base ingredients are really only like 2 ingredients, but you can add in other stuff. So I hope you enjoy this recipe, and go ahead and keep on watching. So y'all may have heard of this recipe before, but it's really simple. All you need is, I prefer to have a really ripe banana. I'm sure my lighting in here is making this look black, but it's not as dark as it is, but a really ripe banana. And then half a cup of oats. That's the base of the recipe. I like to add just a little bit more. I like to add just a little vanilla. Depending on how ripe your banana is, if you don't have a super ripe banana, you can add in a packet of stevia. I don't think I'm going to need mine today, but you can add that in if you need to. And then I really like to add in these Lily's chocolate chips. You can have 13 of these for 0 points. And so depending on how many cookies you plan on having, you can add in more, but I'm just going to add in 13. And I'll explain why later. But these won't affect the points as long as you don't have more than one serving. So altogether for like the whole amount of cookies, which I normally make about 6 cookies, decent size. You can make more or less than that, depending on the size you want. But I normally make 6, and for all 6 of them, it's 5 points. So I'm going to go ahead and mix in these ingredients, and then I'll show you how I make the rest of it. So as I was mixing this stuff together, I realized this doesn't seem right. I feel like I was missing something, and I was, of course. I was like going over the points. I was like, it's supposed to be 5 points. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I forget PB2? And I'm kind of the one that kind of created the recipe, so you would think I would know, but I forgot. I like to add in PB2 and like everything because it's my favorite. But I added 2 tablespoons of PB2, and for me, depending on how I want my peanut butter, like if I want more of a nutty flavor, then I just add water like it says. But if I don't, then I add in one of my skinny syrups. I personally I personally love the glazed donut because it doesn't really taste like glazed donut to me, but it's just a really great overall just sweetener. So I like to add 1 tablespoon of that, and then so here's my PB2 mixture, and then I'm just going to mix it in with the half a cup of oatmeal, or the oats, and the banana. So I'm going to mix that together. While I'm doing that, I have the oven preheating to 350, so I will be right back. Okay, so these are what the cookies looked like all put together. They're not really going to rise or anything like that, so go ahead and like put them like how you want them formed, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because they're not really going to change their shape or like move much at all because it doesn't have really flour or anything in it to make it do that. So like I said, mine makes about 5, and I feel like they're pretty good sized cookies. If you want them smaller, you could definitely make more, or if you want just like a couple of big ones, you could do that. Here's my chocolate chips. I went ahead and measured out 13. What I like to do is, since I do 5, then I can do about 2 on each, 3 on one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and 13. I can do 2 on some, 3 on others. But anyway, if you are planning on just having 1 cookie and you're making the same amount, then you could put like 13 on 1 if you really wanted to and make it really chocolatey. I like to have this as a breakfast, like all 5 of these, and it's only 5 points. So it's 1 point a cookie, and it's really good. And it's like, you might think, oh, that doesn't sound like it's very good for you, but it's like, it's really just like oats and peanut butter. It's like you're having oatmeal just like in a different form. So it's really healthy for you, and it's really delicious. If you're like wanting like a chocolate chip cookie, I'm not going to say it tastes just like that, but I think they taste really good, and they're really good for you. So this is for 5 points, so I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the oven. I put them in there for about 15 minutes, about 10 to 15 minutes depending on your oven, and then I will show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, and these are fresh out of the oven, super yummy. They're 1 point each, like I said, and then if you want them all, it's 5 points. I think it makes a really great breakfast, really filling, and it kind of makes you feel like you're having a treat. Or if you just want them as a snack, you can eat 1 or all of them. It doesn't really matter, and they're really good for you as well. These chocolates, they take a little bit longer to melt since they're not like the milk chocolates, but like when you take a bite out of it, it like kind of melts in your mouth, so it's so yummy. So I really hope y'all enjoy this recipe. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and if you'd share it, that'd be great as well. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram, which is Texas Girl Weight Loss Journey. Love y'all so much, and thank you so much for watching my channel. Bye!